everybody. This is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. On this Monday morning, sorry, running a little late in my usual schedule. But how y'all feeling this morning? Hey, good morning, DSA1. Hey, Miss Bennett, 80, is it 81 or 87? I've got my glasses on. Hey, Kai and Kayla's mom. Hey, Nita Supreme. Hello to those of y'all on Facebook, those of you on YouTube, those of you going to watch it on the replay. So I wanted to come on this morning. Hey, Black Anonymous. Are you getting ready for work this morning? She's weaponizing. Well, a couple of things she's doing. Which is really getting on my nerves. What she's been doing for the last year, but this past week, it's really been getting on my nerves. So Jaguar Wright has been saying the last year that she's a bisexual woman. She's attracted to men and women, and she has been in relationships with women. However, she has only married men. Okay. So she said she had a previous girlfriend like from years ago, but that person died or something like that. But you know, with Jaguar stories, you never know like what if she's true or not, or embellished or outright lie. But this past year, she got into a relationship after her second husband, or but she's been married twice. Her first husband divorced her, and then her second husband, he separated from her. They're estranged, and so she got with this woman named TJ. Then that didn't work out. And then she started dating men again. And then she got with this dude named Sip. And she was being very manipulative. And so it was like, she broke up with him. And she thought he was going to chase her. And he didn't. He's like, okay, we can be friends then. And then she got her feelings hurt. Because she thought he was going to chase her. He didn't. And so now she's like stalking him and stuff. He got a temporary restraining order on her because she's doing revenge porn, posting videos, sharing their intimate, videos, showing pics and stuff. Then she's trying to lie and say someone else put it out. But what Jag did this last week is, what she's done before is that when she falls out with someone, let's say a content creator or a YouTuber, hey Jules, what she does is she starts weaponizing, she starts using homophobic and transphobic slurs, right, against those people. So if they're gay, she starts dropping the F-bomb. She starts, if they're a woman and say they're straight, she wants to start calling them transgender, like as an insult. But she makes it seem like it's okay because she's part of she's the B in the LGBTQ community. But I always feel like, from my observation from watching her, is that she puts on this bisexual cape, or like she does with other things, and like saying like, oh, I can talk about things in the LGBTQ community, or I can be like an advocate or something. I know what I'm talking about because I'm part of that community, which I feel like you just got part of that community. You ain't been a B your whole life. This is new. You're not even like technically, to me, I feel like she's just tipping her toe in the pond, and she just goes in and out when it's convenient for her. Whereas, gay women or lesbians or the bisexual women or just bisexual people, they are in that because that's what they truly are. They are attracted to both men and women. And I just feel like Jag is more like a homosexual. Like, she's just doing it because it's convenient. That's just my opinion. And then she acts like this whole big old advocate, and then she wants to stand up for people who are being, if they're her friends, and someone says something homophobic or transphobic about them, then she wants to come to their defense. But then when she falls out with them, she then uses the same transphobic and homophobic slurs that the other people she got on their ass about, she uses against them now. And I'm just like, no, that's the hypocrisy for me. No. It'd be different as you as a bisexual woman, you're reading or talking bad about another bisexual woman. That's equally yoked right there. That's equally yoked right there. Okay. That's okay. But she has done it against Sean David Wade. She's done it against Official King Payne. Okay. I want to say she did it against QT, but I can't remember. So y'all might need to really refresh my memory. But this past week she's done it against Melanie Jones Said So. And I put by the way, I put videos and links in my description because those of you who've been my day ones or day twos, you know that I am an LGBTQ ally. I've had videos about what LGBTQIA means. I've interviewed a trans woman. I've reached out to a trans man to do an interview. It might have to be pre-recorded. I just need to get back with them, and I need to have time to do it. I've done other videos on what cisgender and transgender means. I need to do another one. I've done. I talked about violence against Black and Latino women, which they have the highest violence and murder rate, death rate in the Black community. Okay. I've also put some links to other websites that help Black LGBTQ and also help LGBTQ youth, because LGBTQ youth also have one of the highest unalive rates. Okay. And I've also put the Official King Payne's Lituation Network video with the timestamp, also Danny Robertson's video with the timestamp, and also Melanie Jones Said So's video where she has another interaction with Jag. And so Jag has been, she probably just learned this word to me, cisgender, okay? And now she's trying to use it as a weapon to say that, oh, I'm this cisgender woman, and Melanie Jones Said So is not, and she's saying these things to her, and it's like, ma'am, you are the last one to be having this conversation or using that word. So it's like, it's her again using words to weaponize against other people. You say you're this advocate or you're part of this community, but you're using the word cisgender as an insult. And from my previous videos about cisgender transgender, not everyone knows what that word means. You know, and by you implying, and if you are really a part of the LGBT community and you are an advocate, activist, because I actually have friends who are like activists. They're literally trying to make sure that, you know, Black Dee Dee, who I interviewed, she's trying to stop the murder of Black trans women. You know what I'm saying? There are other Black trans activists out there as well. Okay? They're trying to say, hey, you know, I'm here, but stop being violent to me. Now, some other people may feel like, oh, they're pushing it down their throats. But I feel like, that's maybe another discussion for another video. I feel like it's the white LGBTQ who's pushing it. But I think what they're doing is, this is my opinion, they're still using white supremacy. You know? And by, hey, I'm an other, but at the same time, they're still acting white. They're still centering themselves in places and spaces, and that where they should just hang back. Plus, the Black and Latino LGBTQ that I follow or that I read about, they don't be doing all that. A lot of times they just like want to do the same thing that other Black and Latino heterosexuals do. A lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And so I'm just like, listening to Jag and her say, I'm a cisgendered woman. To Melanie Jones said so. And hey, Miss Furlow speaks. And then gonna say, what are you, Melanie? And then call her Jason Jones. And I'm just like, wait a minute. And I said, what? I'm like, here you go again. Here you go again. You can't read, you can't drag nobody, you don't know how to roast, so you go to the most elementary thing to do, because well, actually, when I taught middle school, they would do that a lot. Okay? They would say, oh, that's gay, or they call someone gay as an insult, even though being gay or gay is an adjective most of the time. And to me, if you look at the word cisgender, and I'll explain what it means, the same thing with transgender, those are actually adjectives. Okay, we want to get down with semantics. They're adjectives. They're technical, academic, actually, terms that have become more and more mainstream. We've always had the word, back in the 70s and 80s, it was transvestite, it was transsexual. Now we have transgender. And by the way, not everybody in the LGBTQ community is okay with all the LGBTQI letters, just like they feel like it's too much, just like some heterosexuals do. There are old school gays, there are new school gays, and they all don't LGBTQ, and they all don't agree. And then even amongst the LGBTQ community, they all don't like each other. Right now, the teens are getting it. Okay, that joke by Dave Chappelle, like that is a real hierarchy problem in the LGBTQ community. The lesbians feel like the gay men is being misogynist and sexist. Okay, the gay men they are the white men of their community. They want it, they still can be sexist. The L and the G's looking at the B's like, will y'all please pick a team? All right, and then everybody else is looking at the T's like, y'all doing too much. That's not all I'm just saying. I'm simplifying it. And I just feel like here you are again, you're weaponized. You're using vocabulary that in a very juvenile manner, it really is showing your ignorance. Okay? Really showing your ignorance. Okay? And you're using a word that not a lot, which I found out, not a lot of Black women, or not a lot of women may know about, and then some who also find offensive. Okay? And then you're doing it to get a reaction out of people. And you're doing it also in a way to try to insult Melanie Jones Sasso, which, by the way, if you really want to talk about it, Jag, she's looking more feminine than you. You over there with that goddamn Boosie face, that old Tasha K hairstyle. You keep telling about, oh, I'm cisgender or I'm bisexual. Well, it didn't help you in your last 3 relationships, and I did it. You did it. You didn't keep your husband, he ran away. You didn't keep your girlfriend, you dumped her. And she kept running away, I don't know how many damn times. Then Sip, you couldn't keep him. And you came up there with that old Boosie face and trying to figure out how to keep that man. Girl, stop. You got more you look somewhere the other day. You look like you got more testosterone than Queen Tulsa. Queen Tulsa is more feminine than you. And that's real talk. And I don't even like her that much because she said something bad about my friend. So you need to go sit down somewhere. And by the way, just to let you know, okay, cisgender is a term that started out in academia. It started out from a graduate student writing a paper and was trying to find a word, okay, that was the opposite of transgender. Transgender is an adjective that's basically saying, hey, this person has transitioned from one gender to the next. So a trans woman or transgender woman is basically male to female, man to woman. A trans man is from woman to man. Okay. And they were trying to find a word that was the opposite of that, of someone who didn't transition. And so they looked at, different Latin, Greek, and other scientific words, and they saw this word, CIS, that was being used in, I believe, chemistry or biology. And I think it means something about the molecules that all stick together on the same side. Whereas I think in chemistry, I got the article, I'm going to come back to it. TRANS means the molecules or something on the opposite side or something. So they came up with that as cisgender and wrote that in their paper. And then as of, the same thing in academia, when a person publishes a paper, then other people can cite that paper in their research. And so what ended up happening is this word cisgender that came out in 1994 started to, in academia, to become more mainstream. It wasn't added to the dictionary, the Webster's Dictionary and the Oxford English Dictionary, until 2016. Even now in 2024, not everybody uses that word unless you are talking about, like I said, in academic terms, political terms, or somehow an activist. If you're in the activist area, you're talking about those terms. Not all, how can I say this? Biological females who are still identifying as women want to be called cisgender. I've learned that myself. Me, because I know the term, and I guess I'm a little bit more educated about LGBTQ and pronouns and stuff like that. I don't find it offensive, but that is me, And so I know that, hey, that is, real, fake. Some people want to say, that is for them. But oh, you're welcome. Oh, you're welcome, Miss Cat Medusa. And that's why I'm doing this video, because I don't want the rest of you, which I hear the anger, and I hear, other things, and I'm trying to be receptive to what y'all saying. And I'm thinking like, oh, they just don't know what the word means. And then you hear someone like Jag, who you already don't like, using the word, and I'm like, okay, I need to let everybody know what the word means. It's an adjective. You don't have to like or want to be called the adjective. Because even, guess what? I've found out, even amongst the trans community, LGBT community, some of them don't like the word transgender. Some of them don't identify as transgender. T.S. Madison calls herself a transsexual. Okay? Flame Monroe is an old school LGBTQIA. He said he calls himself he, she, we. Now, you call anybody else in the community he, she, we, it's going to be a fight. But remember, he's an old school. He, she, we is a old school LGBTQ. Some of them don't even like all the letters. It's too much for them, So, yeah. And so, I just want us, if you don't want to be called cisgender, you don't like it, just understand it's an adjective. You don't have to like the adjective. But also, can we please not go with being transphobic or homophobic? Because I hear people saying, well, why are they always coming up with new terms for us? Guess what? That term has been around since 1994. And I want to say the person, I got to do some more research. The person who came up with it was, like I said, a graduate student. And I do believe they are a cisgendered, or AKA real woman. So a straight person, a straight female, straight woman came up with the word. And it wasn't meant to be offensive. Now, if someone is using it in an offensive way, I can definitely see that. But I'm just letting y'all know, it's really not meant to be. That doesn't mean people don't use words to weaponize against other people. So, yeah. So I just wanted to let everybody know that. And I'll probably do it, but check out the videos that I have in my description. I have one where I do that I do interview a trans woman. Like I said, I'm gonna try to find get back with a trans man that I want to do the interview with. I also the bill about the rain. I also am did a video about what the LGBTQIA means. It's an old video. I might need to update it. I also have a video in there about cisgender. It was a controversy that came out, last year. Um, um, and by the way, just like y'all know, like I said before, pay attention. It's the white LGBTQIAs that I feel like are centering a lot of things, and I'm thinking they're doing things because they're so used to, they're white privilege. That's what I feel like. And I'm thinking like, because like I said, when I talk to or read about black or brown or Latino LGBTQ, they're not doing all this extra stuff. Just like black people are not a monolith. Guess what? That community is not a monolith. Jag doesn't represent everybody that's in there, even though she tries to act like she is. And just like I represent everybody in the heterosexual community. There are a lot of black women I had to understand. They don't like the word cisgender. That's and I have to I have to think about that to cope with that. So if you tell me like, hey, let me see transfer, I don't want to be called that. Okay, I'm not gonna call you that. But you need to also understand that when I'm talking about it in academic or social political terms, I'm going to use both interchangeably because my audience, I have different people in my audience. Okay. So it's like I tell my students, when they talk about transgender people, don't be using the word, like tranny or anything. Don't be using the word like transvestite or transsexual unless the person has told you that. Just FYI, like, just to let you know, now, my pronouns are she, her, and hers. Now, some people are not into the big old pronoun, but that's hey. I'm still a noun. I'm still no, I'm not a noun. I'm a I forgot what you call it when what do you call a pronoun with the name? I forget. But that's what I am. So y'all please like, share, subscribe this video. Please leave comments. If you have any questions, please put in the comments. If you're not comfortable putting those questions in the chat, then email me. So I don't mind questions if you're trying to be informative. It's just I want us to be better than Jad. I don't want us to get down on her level. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me get in this classroom because I can only run here teach. Thank you so much, Miss Cat Medusa, Jules, Regina, Kai and Kayla's mom, Miss Furlow Speaks, Jules, Dior, Black Anonymous, DSA1, Mrs. Bennett. Thank you so much. Talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.